So, are you just going to ask me questions and I can answer it and then we'll go from there? And you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid? Or if I say something really messed up that needs to be gone?
Yeah. Let's talk about how much we hate Scott, guys.
This is my checker.
I want
How you
to
doing, people?
wake up, feel fine, grab my baggies off the clothesline. I want to wake up, restore, thinking back on the night before. I said yeah, then I did it. Having not a
feels
second
like a rape
thought.
dungeon in here.
I know exactly what he tastes like.
I said yeah, then I did it. La 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 la.
Just your mic, Colleen.
No, 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 no. You cannot buy the beer. Beer! Close your eyes. No, 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 no. I always blame the beer.
Okay, here's the show.
Do you know why this is happening?
Because it's just me and you.
Because Charlie's not here, and Charlie fixes everything.
Does he really? Good for Charlie. I can see that, actually.
He's our technical expert on the show.
Expert. I would say that about Charlie. I agree. He's an expert.
He's an expert.
What's he an expert in?
He's an expert at being an expert.
The fact that you had to think about that so long, I'm not sure he's going to appreciate that. But yes, it was lots of yondering for Mr. Charlie. We yondered for you. And I almost thought I just heard it just then, but I don't think I did.
And Charlie's going to love this. We aren't starting this show until 8 p.m. Like, this show is like, we start this podcast at 6 o'clock. By 6:15, usually Chris and Charlie are looking at me like, bro, I got families and kids at home. I'm ready to get home. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
And I understand I got the same thing.
Well, sometimes you have to go to the frogologist.
And then they don't show up. And it's 8 o'clock. And we're starting.
Nah, it just got dark outside.
We had
It's
to
okay.
unplug a lot of things because there's a crackling sound that supposedly is gone right now, but I feel like it's going to come back at any moment.
The more you mention it, the more likely it is to come back.
That's probably going to be the title of the episode.
It should be.
So episode 68, we have no Charlie.
Yeah.
Chris is at work.
Yep.
The lunch keeps getting scrubbed.
Yeah, day after day.
Day after day.
Yeah. They're all midnight lunches that seem to never make it, right?
Not at all.
Yeah.
So
Been excited to see
a lot
it.
of weather.
It's
and
been
stuff.
bad.
It's got to be frustrating, man.
It's cold outside today. What the heck's going
It's
on?
nice though.
Yeah, dude, it felt
Man, I
great
liked
this
it.
morning.
I walked outside to let the old Peanut out, the dog. What did you call it? An albino squirrel?
Yeah, that's looking
what
like
it
an
was?
albino squirrel. Poor little fella. He's
So,
just all balled up,
He
being
was
a little
like
puppy.
barking at us to like pet him and play with him earlier.
Yeah, he's a scrappy little dude.
But took him out. I'm like, ooh, it's a little chilly out.
I know. It
little
felt like a
cold.
December morning. It did feel like a December
I liked
morning in
it.
Florida.
When
Our
when
winter has shown up.
See, you don't have a lot of weight on you.
This is true.
So for you, it's probably real cold immediately. But for me, it's like, ooh, this is like comfortable.
I'm used to frying my butt off every day. So yeah, if it gets below 80 degrees, I'm saying, you know what? It's cool outside. It's
okay.
sweater weather.
Okay, at your house, like, what is your temperature set at? Like, what would you set it at?
83.
Okay.
It legit between 82 and 83. Scott's officially losing it.
It's all weight related.
It probably is.
It has, yeah. I mean,
At night, I sleep with it at like, I'll put the AC down to 68.
why does the
when I
bear get
sleep.
fat in the winter? Right?
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
That's me.
Yeah, at night,
Just-
though, I sleep
it's
with it
not winter.
cold at night.
Okay.
The Shelties keep me super warm. So
Like how cold at night?
I put it at 68 at night.
And that's cold?
Well, yeah, that's pretty cold in the
No, it's
house.
super
isn't it?
cold, actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty cold for the house.
Yeah, okay, so you're super, super cold at night.
Yeah, I
and
can't sleep with it hot. Unless
I
if I'm
can't
sleeping outside, it's one thing. But if I'm in the house, I want it cold, man.
I like to have some air going
No doubt.
if it's outside.
Yeah.
Inside, as long as it's cold, I can deal without having I don't need a fan or anything.
Yeah. What do you keep it in here?
Okay, it's usually 73 when everybody comes over.
It feels good in here. Yeah.
But then when everybody leaves, I'll go up to 76, 77.
Okay. That's not bad. That's normal, I think.
Right?
I think that's normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ex-wife that's living here that we talked about in the last episode.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She likes it 81, 82, 83, and she's little like you.
Interesting.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's my weight that's caused it. You know what I mean? My
Us
buddy
tall
Jared,
link-
he's like 77 or 68, you know, at his house too, and he's a big guy.
Us tall, lanky
So-
Caucasians have to have it a little bit warmer. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It happens to the best of us.
So we really weren't going to do an episode tonight. We were just kind of hanging out and kind of talking about some future things and some plans. We have some kind of cool things.
Yeah, working on some stuff for
in
sure.
the works. But then you were telling me some kind of cool stories, and I'm like, let's get this on mic and talk about it.
Yeah. I parked at Walmart earlier. I didn't tell you this story. It's pretty hilarious.
Okay.
I got a nice truck. It's a big truck. I got a big truck. Sometimes it's a
you
little bit.
You put the lights on for us and everything.
Yeah, I got some strobes going on sometimes. In the middle of the night.
The kids are like, "Ooh, look at that! Strobe lights leaving the house."
In the middle of the night, if you're on the side of the road, it helps to have some strobe lights on. It keeps you alive. I mean, legit, it's
you
good
have
stuff.
to have that.
Yeah. So I'm parked at Walmart, out by the garden section, and I try to keep my truck very clean, but this morning it had a bunch of dust on it, so it's dusty. And I go in the garden department, and what was I even doing in there? I forget what I was even doing in Walmart.
You're one of those people who's walking around aimlessly at Walmart.
That's me. Yeah, it
you
sums
had
it up.
Like one torn up sock and
I had
one barefoot.
Muddy rubber boots on, yes. Muddy rubber boots on. So I come out, and there are these two kids that are standing beside my truck, and one is hanging off the mirror, and he's up on the side of my truck, and I always lock my stuff up, and I look over, and this kid is drawing inappropriate pictures in my back window of my truck in the dust of my truck, and I'm like, these kids got me. Maybe,
what do you put on there?
Maybe they're 14 or 15.
Was it an arm with a penis on it?
Pretty much. I'm thinking these kids should be in school. What is going on? I walk up there, and I'm kind of just watching them. I'm standing back behind them, just watching them, and I'm kind of just shaking my head. Like, do I say something at this point and really terrify them, or do I wait till they're done and really, really scare them? So I just kind of sit there. I'm waiting. And the one kid turns around, he sees me standing there, and I kind of shrug my shoulders, like, what exactly are you guys doing? And the other kid jumps off. He's like, "Hey, man, we just having a little bit of fun with this guy's truck." I said, "Yeah, you think this guy would appreciate this? You drawing what looks like a phallic symbol on the back of his truck?" And the guy, "Well, it's all in good fun. You don't know the guy, do you?" And I said, "Yeah, man, I happen to know the guy.
Yeah.
Get off my." I said, "Before you go run off, wipe that off my truck.
Yeah.
You ain't leaving that on the back of my truck." They're like, "Oh, man, we're super sorry. Yeah, we'll take it off there." I'm like, I should make you lick it off there. If I was a really bad guy, I'd make you lick that off the back of my truck. So they wipe it off the back window. And I'm like,
they didn't run?
Idiot kids. No, you could tell they started to, but the one kid realized they were busted.
Yeah.
Yeah, just idiots.
You ever done anything like that?
No, I wouldn't draw.
You've never written on
on
glass or anything dust, like wash me or anything?
On the back of my own vehicles, you know what I mean? Or, I wouldn't do that to somebody else's vehicle. It just seems like you're setting yourself up for failure.
Oh, totally.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Good Lord.
That's pretty funny.
That's how the morning started. And the next 6 hours, I was stuck at a pool that hadn't been cleaned in 15 years.
Oh, I saw a picture of that online.
Dear.
Like, that was like, it was all duckweed?
Yeah. I mean,
and there was a gator under there because you couldn't see any eyes or anything in the picture that you took.
The one picture, the gator's actually up in it, but he's not a big gator. He's a 4 or 5 footer.
Okay.
I drug ladders. I drug old magazines and old newspapers and all their old lawn furniture.
It's all in there?
It was all in there. I'm pulling it out one thing at a time.
So what, did they throw it in during a hurricane and just never took
buddy,
it out?
I have no idea. I'm like, you look at it,
people
you're like,
live there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They've said they've been there for 28 years.
They just don't care about the pool.
They said it hasn't been cleaned in 15 years.
That's a health hazard.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like,
that's
the epicenter of all mosquito control.
Interestingly enough, I think there's so many things besides an alligator in that pond. I never got bit by a mosquito at all. You could see minnows popping around and different.
So
little
it was
things.
a whole ecosystem.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah. Banded water snakes buzzing through it and everything else. I mean, everything was going on there. It was pretty rough. I'll be honest, it was pretty rough. Yeah. Never did find the gator. I drug that place for 6 hours, and I saw the gator when I first got there and never saw him again.
Wow.
I told a lady, I said, let's just hope he gets up and walks out because you have so much trash in the bottom of this pool. I could drag this for the next month and never find him. The whole bottom's about all that other stuff in there, which I'm sure I never got all of it out of there, and tree limbs and about 3 feet of leaves and grass. You know what I mean? So all he's got to do is bury in that. I can't ever touch him.
Yeah. Like, how would you?
Other than cleaning out their whole pool, you can't.
Yeah, and hey, it's like if you need your pool cleaned, they'll call you a pool cleaner.
That's what they need to do. They need to clean the pool and then give me a call.
You have to drain it. You have to drain it, right?
So, from my understanding, if you go to drain a pool like that,
it can come up.
Yeah, and if the water level around it's high, which they live next to a marsh, they'll float the whole pool. Like concrete and everything, it'll just float up. And then you're really, really screwed.
How do you do it then? Like, what do you do?
So I was told by a pool guy once before, what you do is you actually, if the pool's built correctly, they build a space under the pool. So you can actually put a pump in and pump the water out that's underneath the pool and then make space for it and then pump it out from there, which is I can't quite grasp it because I've never watched a pool be put in.
Yeah.
But they said if they're done correctly, they put a space under them.
Okay.
Maybe somebody who's a pool guy could call in and leave us a message and explain it to us. Because I would like to hear a pool guy actually explain it.
There's some evil animals that live under that little space.
Oh, there's some crazy stuff in there. Oh,
you know
there's got to be some insane stuff down there. No doubt.
You need a Steve Irwin burrow down into one of those motherfucking holes. And
when I get there's some FP&L guys. They're like fixing to put up a power pole or something. Said, hey, man, did you bring your swimming trunks? Said, you out of your mind? I mean, I'm wearing rubber gloves. I wouldn't touch that stuff with a literal 10-foot pole. I mean, I don't want no part of it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
There's all kinds of stuff in there, man.
Oh, it's got to be.
Ugh.
Yeah, amoebas. They're probably the least of your worries.
Oh, man,
yeah.
They'd swim right up your pee hole, man.
Yeah, it's some scary stuff. Yeah, it's like making my throat scratchy just thinking about it.
Like, it looked pretty bad online, man.
It was pretty rough. It's not the worst one I've seen by a long ways, but it was pretty bad. I've seen a lot worse.
You were telling me something else. What was your other story there you had that was good? You were telling me something about...
oh, my garage. It's been one of those weeks.
I think you were telling me about one of our guests going to be next week, right?
Indeed, yeah. We have a couple pretty interesting people coming on next week. We have Stell, who runs Fight for Zero Brevard.
Uh-huh.
And we have Cindy, who runs the Women's Center for Brevard County. And yeah, two amazingly just outstanding women that are
really excited about this.
Doing great jobs and great things for our community. They're a couple of my heroes, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Honest to goodness, they're outstanding women.
Well, you came to me with this a while back, and that's kind of why you're here tonight. Is we were kind of we were going to do the show with them tonight,
right?
And schedules are always going to be conflicted with all of us in our lives and everything, and so we might be doing it next week.
Yeah, the plan is next Wednesday. Yep.
So we're kind of brainstorming because we kind of want to come a little bit correct with this,
for sure.
And we've been talking about it for a while and been excited about it, and exchanging emails here, and it's a couple great causes, and it's kind of what we want to do on this podcast sometimes is we want to have interesting people from our area on the show to tell us about what they do and what they're about, and just we want to share as much information with our listeners as we can. And just from starting off with you, Frank, Colleen, having you, seeing you and coming on the show to talk about all of your experiences that started us being kind of creative and thinking about other things that we can do, because I feel like me and you personally are like-minded.
For sure.
In a lot of those aspects, and have a lot of aspirations and things that we'd like to do.
Oh, yeah. We got some plans, that's for sure.
And we're planning some stuff here, and we're doing some stuff, and it's kind of cool. And these are our first guests that we're going to be having on, kind of doing another type of show.
For sure.
For Just a Mic, and under the same brand and everything. But it's going to be shared throughout all, and it's going to be fun. Like, we're kind of coming up with names tonight and kind of planning some of that. And that was
joking around with some stuff, yeah.
But I think we have a couple names, maybe, possibly.
I think you nailed it. Yeah, I think you knocked it out of the park. I think it's already done. Yeah.
So, which is awesome. So now we can kind of start getting creative on the artwork side with that, and kind of maybe even have some logos that we kind of,
for sure,
find out a way to create and have some fun with it, man.
It might be interesting to have maybe on one of the pages have some people come up with some names, just out of interest to see what they come up with.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
We'll definitely have to get some participation. And I mean, you got all kinds of stuff going on too. You got what do you do on Thursday nights? You have your trivia, right?
I host trivia every Thursday night on Zoom. If anybody's interested in doing that.
How did you start it?
Normally, before pre-COVID, everything's pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, we went every Thursday night to either Florida Beer Company where actually I hosted trivia for a long time,
Okay.
or a place down in Cocoa Village and did trivia with some friends.
Yeah.
And since COVID, and it's not safe to be going and jumping in giant groups of people, I just decided to start hosting it, having some fun with friends, and it kind of has grown from there. It's a good time.
Yeah. And where does your trivia source come from?
I just think of weird topics and go search out information about them. So it's literally
So you
different.
actually do a better job of, okay, we tried to do, on Adjust the Mic here, we tried to do trivia maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8 times.
Yeah.
And one time, in the previous time we were doing the podcast with the old host, we had some fun with it, but it was me printing out stupid stuff like Star Wars trivia,
Yeah.
and then like totally cheating and just making it fun. It wasn't real trivia.
Yeah.
Now every time that we meet Charlie, we all get trivia stuff. It doesn't flow right. It doesn't. We don't know how to do trivia, but we want to on the show at some point. So maybe there's an aspect where you can do some trivia for us.
Be happy to. This is
Like-
week 27 for me doing trivia.
Really?
27 straight weeks. So I do 6 rounds with 10 questions per round, and then we have a baffler too, so it's a person, place, or thing, and I give a hint at the end of each round to what that person, place, or thing is, and if somebody can guess it at the end of round 6, it throws extra points to their score.
Really?
And it's pretty fun.
We might have to get creative with this, because what if there's a way that you can host your trivia while we do, like either if it's just me or someone, and I can record it, the audio of the trivia, and use it as even partial episodes.
Let's do it.
Trivia episodes even that we can release.
Sure, let's
And
do it.
There's some kind of way we can do this in a cool way. Even if it's like you creating like, let's say you create 10 questions, every once a month, every week, whatever works for Adjust the Mic, to where either you come in to do it with us, or you even, let's say you can't for some reason and you got to call us, and we'll just do it over the phone.
Okay.
And then you'll ask the questions, and then we all have to be us
All right.
and try to answer these. 'Cause I'm terrible at trivia. Like,
Yeah.
I can answer a couple, but I'm terrible overall.
I'm full of all kinds of stupid information.
I think
so,
Chris is pretty good. I think Colleen, Charley, he's a little better than me.
Yeah.
But
It's
we
one of
have
those
fun with
things,
it.
usually when you think you're not worth a darn at them, you do pretty good.
We used to do raunchy trivia up at Irish Pub on Sunday nights
Okay.
with Donovan and Steven and them up there,
I got you.
and it was a blast.
Yeah, it's fun learning new things.
My friends are all good at trivia, so I just go with them, and then we win.
Yeah, I compare it to, again, back to Cindy and Stell. I compare it to them. I like, and you too, I enjoy surrounding myself with people that know a lot more about things or a topic than I do.
Yeah.
And just absorbing information from them. And trivia is
100%.
one more way to do that. It's one more
Oh,
way
yeah.
to grab information and get some more resources or some more, interesting ideas on topics that you had no idea about.
But you're using your brain, man. You're working your brain. Trivia Pursuit, all these games, like board games, are blowing up right now because of COVID.
It's true.
And all those games were fun, man. Playing chess with somebody, all of those games are fun and interesting. And trivia is just another game that everybody likes to do and is fun. And they've come out with so many new trivia type of games now.
Yes.
And there's so
Yes.
many flying out from all over. Some are hilarious, some are this, some are that. I think there's a Trivia Pursuit of every marketing topic possibly.
Yeah, it used to be like a 6-piece pie. That piece of pie has been split so many more times now.
I hated that game growing up as a kid because it sat there and no one ever played it until the adults sometimes would play it.
Yep.
I'm like, this game's a waste of space. But now as an adult, I understand how good of a game it is.
Yeah, it's a good thought process. So speaking of that, and the whole COVID thing, what do you think about them opening the whole state up this week?
I don't know, man.
What do you take? What do you make of that?
I have a hard time having so many views on everything that's going on, period.
Yeah.
I have a hard time having views on what's going on in my life, period. And I try so hard to not watch TV, to not pay attention. Like we had the debate on, and when I'm at work, everybody that I'm at work with, they all watch everything.
Yeah. It's hard not to, you can have feelings one way or the other and not have to express them for the most part, because people are going to have theirs and you just kind of nod your head or agree or disagree.
And I'm usually one of these people that I can understand both sides.
Likewise.
And I'm like, how can we meet in the middle and like have an agreement, because I want to respect your views and I want to respect your views, and if we all want to live here. I don't want to create like assemble my crew
Right.
to fight you because we think differently.
Correct. It shouldn't be that way. You're right.
And a microcosm, that's kind of what our society wants from us.
I would agree.
As far as what do we watch? We watch drama. We watch reality TV. We watch news that's entertainment. Okay, that's based in judgment based. It's not based on the news. It's not Walter Cronkite sitting there in front of you, just telling you how what the news is, not how to feel about it. And so for me, like that, everything's opening up and everything. I understand the side of not living in fear and
Right.
living your life and trying, but there's also being respectful and wearing your mask around other people.
Yep.
And trusting your science. Okay.
True.
And the media creates such a jumbled view, so you don't really know what to think and how to think. We don't have a direct, message that's universally accepted anymore. The internet's created a lot of that because it brings out so much news that exposes so much corruption, exposes so much, BS.
Right.
That it creates a perception, and you get on social media and everybody listens to either what their family tells them or they listen, to their circle or how their environment. And you're either open-minded about other people or you're not.
Right.
And hey, be you. I'm not judging in any way, shape, or form. I have friends on every spectrum that I can, have a very, easy conversation with. I might not agree with you, and I'll tell you, but that doesn't mean I got to be hateful and tell my friends about how
Right.
bad you are and market
There's
a campaign
few that feel
against
that
you.
way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's few that feel that way.
Like, hey, Fred, fuck you, Fred. Everybody, let's fuck Fred. He's an asshole. He did this one time.
Yep. He
You know what
spoke
I'm
up
saying?
in defense of
Or
so-and-so. Yeah.
Or he believes this for this reason. No, like,
He doesn't
accept
like
what he
masks.
says. Like,
Yeah.
the thing that taught me that is there was a black and I'm going to murder this story. I'm not going to say it right, but there was a black gentleman that was a reporter, and he blindly offered to interview a leader of a white supremacy group years ago. It's famous.
Okay.
It's a famous story. Just don't know names, and I don't fact check everything. Let's just get that disclaimer right now, real quick. From Scott, at least, no fact checking.
Oh my garage.
But oh my garage, it's gonna make me Google every time. But it's he went and interviewed this KKK guy, or I think it was KKK. That's where I'm not fact checking. And the guy was kind of shocked at first when he saw who he was interviewing in a hotel room, but he sat down and talked to this black gentleman that they completely disagree on just about every way you can disagree, right?
Right.
And both of them at one point, like, they were so nervous when they were sitting there that some sound happened, and both of them thought it was a gun click sound, but it happened to be like some tape ending or some sound in the room that happened again,
Yeah.
that they like both jumped like they were about to like shoot each other at one point. That's how much tension there was in this room with these two people that think so much alike they think they got to kill each other practically. But the black man just wanted to understand.
Right.
He was like, I just want to ask you questions and understand where you're coming from, so I know how to, maybe talk to you, or maybe, understand, and maybe, back off, whatever the case may be. And it started this friendship that lasted like 20, 30 years. And the people that hold up those, staunch, negative judgments of other people, they just haven't experienced it. They don't understand it. And I understand being scared. Like, that's a human nature.
Yeah.
But it's one that, we can't judge you for, but we should be able to talk to you about and try to understand and maybe help you understand.
Right.
But without having that, teamwork, how are you going to do it? I'm sorry, I went a little deep there.
No, hey, that was good stuff.
I
think it's good they're finally opening everything up. I know a lot of these businesses have been barely making it. Many did not make it at all. It's nice they're opening up. I just hope everybody's, again, like you're saying, is using some common sense and being safe with it, because all it takes is one person to screw it all up.
The way I see it, honestly, is stop looking at government officials in today's age.
Yeah, use some common sense
to tell you how to live your life and be. Like, if you want to be very, very safe and not leave the house during this whole thing, and let's say you stay in your house for a year, great. If that's what you want to do and you want how you want to live, wonderful, do it.
Think about that. We're only 4 months away from that being a true thing.
And some people have done that to date. Like, some people really have. And hey, listen, I get it, and I understand. Like, you guys all have situations that are important to you. And that's what's part of living in America, right?
Right.
Being able to live someplace to where you can
make
feel
your
a
own
certain
choices.
way and make your own choices. And that's what you see a lot of, people being very outspoken about and not wanting to wear the mask because they're holding this prop up of, I want to have my rights. And just because somebody tells you or they tell businesses, I'm not saying whether I agree with those policies or not.
Right.
But in general, as a human being, I have not listened to anything anybody's told me my entire life, practically. I get through school. I got through United. Fucking, you know what I mean?
You're doing pretty good
but
for yourself,
you gotta just be respectful to other people, be nice to other people, and live your life. Most of the time when you're nice to other people, they're usually nice back to you.
Man, if that could be a statement for tonight, kindness, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's very
a couple
simple.
of seconds of kindness will solve pretty much all the world's issues.
I know.
Yep.
Really, it really does.
Yep.
And a lot of times, like, especially with the social media and Twitters and having so much influence and influence in everybody's mindsets, whether they believe it or not, like when you watch CNN MSM you're watching Twitter feeds practically, or just whatever's trending in the news, or whatever they want you to, whatever they pay their people to talk about.
That's true.
On all spectrums, you know what I'm saying? On all anything that's labeled entertainment and it's news, it's not really news. It's just they're giving you they're a television show, and you have to like get out there and talk to people to understand and ask questions from people that are different than you. If you really want a perspective, if you want to just watch something that's telling you how to think and you want to believe, like, okay, I watch Fox because Fox says everything that I believe, so I'm a Fox fan. Okay, you're a fan of the Dolphins. You're a fan of the Gators. You want to like defend everything the Gators say and do, whatever their coaching staff says and do, or whatever their leadership says and do. You follow them. You're following their marketing campaign. It's no different than an entertainment television show in a way.
You're right.
And that's all they're doing, and they get paid for that. That's how they get paid.
Interesting way of looking at it.
That's how they get paid.
Yeah.
So when you're like a Republican or a Democrat, you're like a Yankee or a Red Sox. And whatever they do and however they do, like you could be a Republican one day and a Democrat the next time around, and then the Democrat's going to defend the guy all of a sudden, because he got smart and changed over to our side. Okay, so when LeBron joined the Heat, are you cool with LeBron now, you Heat fans that hated on him for all these years? Or like what, you know what I'm saying? It's all kind of the same, because it's not like they're listening to us anyway, if we're being serious. So I'm sorry.
You're making some good truths there.
I hate it. Yeah.
Okay, let's change topics one last time.
And that spiraled into a rabbit hole that I'm good at.
Hey, that was good
but
stuff.
We were talking about our guest next week too.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And how exciting that's going to be.
We just went on some crazy topics, but hey, it worked out. Hey,
we just kind of went there.
The conversation went there. It went there.
It's good.
head. You're up when you look down. You feel when it's spitting wind. You both stick to the ground. Stick to the ground. Why accessorize when you're naked? Talking about a risky guy. If you live by the beach, you change it fast. Like the force forward, creeping up the days, race round the driver's cry. Nature kids with skiff dropping hits like ladies and gentlemen, Cracker Jackson. Just that traditional, four-dimensional funk ritual, original, leaving decibel residuals, which individual professionals catches visuals, not via subliminal, but something much sweeter that's detectable and the unquestionable 76 decimal 0.8%, Scar 23.2%, raw. No man ask yourself, we flood the coast with more shows in a year. The most bands rocking their career. The answer is clear and unequivocally. Skip thank you physically moves more crowds than the Palestinian infantry. Bombs they be dropping, hipping and hopping, popping like a 12-gauge shot tank. The cherry tree in Maryland, more blocks than heroin. Just the MC to put the boogie in your body. I got zero, but I'm here no chance to get to Nero. Southside let the mouth ride. I get a deal this year. They'll grow the championship game for insane dang. Usual stank, but keep your eye on you rank while we crank that. Kamikaze kingpin, do or die thinking. Attack your crew, county, state, record a plate while you blinking. Blinking to millennium, soft sand obsidian, sound waves maintain the mainframe like Meridian. And every G in this room assume to understand it's the tiniest microscopic trip known to man. Yeah, that's right. Too real represent. Yeah, make your kids skip that gas and whiz. Into the
I've been getting these weird social media words like thirst trap. Can I slide into your DMs? Stuff like that.
Okay, what's a thirst trap?
I had to have it explained to me today.
I know about the simp. A simp is
A simp?
I kind of know it. I don't want to say
What does
I know
that
about
even
the simp. We gotta call Thick Hicks, BJ Hicks.
Oh my garage. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
the simp.
So I had somebody tell me a picture I posted was a thirst trap, and I said, "What does that? What does that mean?" It means you're just people are super excited about it, or they're thirsty to see it. And
Well,
I
like
said,
when they say a
"Wait,
guy's
what?"
thirsty, they're saying he needs the
Oh my garage.
He needs to get out of the garage.
Yeah, dear
you know what I'm saying? And
goodness
get in.
gracious.
He needs to get in her garage, kind of thing.
Yeah, and apparently
So he's thirsty.
slide into your DMs.
Like women
is-
can be thirsty too, I think, right?
I like water. I don't know. I like Coca-Cola sometimes when I'm having like a really hot day outside. There's
Some
nothing like a
Gatorade
cold
is
Coke.
a thirst quencher.
Yes,
right?
indeed. So that whole
Okay.
thing, I don't even know what's going on with that. But apparently, the slide into your DMs thing is a slide into your direct messages.
Yeah.
And why can't you just say, "I want to send you a message"?
Years, Frank.
Yeah,
I've
like
known
why
it
can't you
for
just say,
years.
"Can I send you a message? Can I
Get up
send
in
you
them
an email?"
DMs.
Oh my garage!
Gotta get up in them DMs.
I've learned so many things here
I'm sure there's
recently.
a few rap songs about it.
You think there is? I'd be interested to hear that. For some reason, I'm not sure why. But
Sliding up in them DMs. I mean, that got like a lot of people in trouble.
oh goodness,
Like
gracious.
famous people get slid up in their DMs, and then they start responding to these women, and they get in trouble, man. Because then these girls like, I'm gonna pay me $1,000 or however much money. It's probably a lot more than that. Or I'm gonna screenshot and show everybody what you sent me. I mean, there's
What?
blackmail, dude.
People crazy.
Like we're men. Like men aren't the smartest when it comes to okay. What do gators
true.
do when they're trying to breed? They go crazy, right?
Do whatever
They're
they want.
irrational.
Yeah, do whatever they want.
They do whatever they want. They're irrational. They don't make the smartest judgments on their safety. They take risk, right?
Wow, Scott. I feel like this is like just got super. We were deep before, and this just got a whole new level of deep.
Did
we really did.
They like what happens during buck season when they're in heat?
Yeah, it's buck fever. Yes, indeed.
They get all crazy and they make bad decisions. They risk their lives.
Yeah.
What do?
Oh my God.
We slide up in DMs.
Oh Lord. God help us all. I don't even know where to go past that.
That's just what we do, man.
Oh,
it's not a good thing.
So what else you got going on the rest of the week? Let's get away from that topic while we can. I'm running from that topic for my life.
I haven't eaten. And it's 8:30. Yeah. This is where we're gonna go.
How's the rest of your week looking, buddy?
Funny. Not too bad, really.
Yeah.
Work was actually kind of nice today. Everything's been okay. Kids are doing great. I like the weather. I hope it stays.
Yeah, hope so too.
What are you gonna do this weekend? Anything fun?
No, it's kind of up in the air. I'm probably gonna try to relax, enjoy watching Tom Brady play for the Buccaneers.
Oh yeah,
I'm a Buccaneers fan.
That's been a big thing. I'm so happy football's back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go deep again. You ready?
Okay, do it.
Sports.
Yeah.
Why are sports so important?
Unites different groups of people on different topics. I can see multiple arguments.
Like
yeah.
back in the day, like you had the Colosseums and the gladiators, right?
Yeah.
Because they had to entertain the people.
Right.
You know, sports were there to entertain.
We've been needing that right now more than ever.
In America, we need some entertainment, man. Well, I mean, we've been consumed with don't fuck with cats. Okay. You have the Gators or the Tiger King.
Oh, let's not mention that.
So you got Tiger Guy, right?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Carol Baskins is so famous now.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
I made you look like him. But,
I don't want to. Let's not go there.
But like, all there is like 90 Day Fiance with Charley here. Okay, like this is what we have for entertainment. What is
90 Day Fiance?
Oh, Charley's got. That's Charley.
Okay,
but
Charley, yonder, explain that to me.
But there's so much content out there that we can consume. That's just
more now.
That's our entertainment, and that's all we got because we can't go to games. We can't go to basketball games. We can't do it. We're not going anywhere. We're not. We're staying home for the most part.
There's more stuff out there on more platforms right now than there ever has been between
it's everywhere.
and Amazon and Netflix and everything else. There's a million
I
different
can
things.
wake up from a smartphone that's telling me the news when I wake up, or my Amazon, my Alexa.
Yeah.
That'll tell me everything I need to know, will remind me everything. So I got all this technology. I can then, boom, jump in the truck, listen to an audiobook, a podcast, whatever. You can get
amazing.
to the office, boom, you're doing the same thing. You're in technology and TV and entertainment. You have entertainment due to phones now everywhere. You can't even go. People don't even go jogging anymore without a phone in their hand or attached to them somewhere.
You're right.
And some headphones.
Yep, the world has sure changed. Heck, since high school, man.
Yeah.
20 years has been crazy.
But we need sports.
That's true.
Sports is what it is. I mean, sports is what gets everybody entertained. And it's always been on TV for everybody to watch, or even on basic TV. If you don't have cable, you can put some bunny ears up and still get your football.
Yep.
And
back when we were kids, it was WGN with the Cubs all the time.
Oh yeah, and the Bulls.
Yep, you're right.
Like we watched the Bulls, man, and White Sox. You have some White Sox games on, not too often. They kind of sucked.
Speaking of WGN, I was telling you when I came over here that the reporters that came down here and did the story on the research we were doing in St. Augustine and the research that I'm part of on the Space Center, they're nominated for an Emmy for that, which is
that's awesome.
I mean, such sweet
cool.
people,
That's so awesome, man.
Dina Bear and all that whole group of WGN. Couldn't be happier for them.
They've really been behind you too, man.
Yeah,
they love you up there, man.
They're great people. WGN's been a great station and just a great support to me. And
you can tell because I've been on their websites. Like I've seen you post things, and I click on them all, and I want to read them. You know what I mean? I want to support that news site for even, for doing that for you.
They're great people.
So I go in there and read it, and when you read the way they write, you can tell that they're excited what they're writing about. They're not just blobbing something on there like it's a story that they're just trying to push by. They're actually trying to tell people, hey, you really need to pay attention because this is some very interesting. Like this guy Frank, like handles dinosaurs, practically. Like you handle dinosaurs, man. Like these are old creatures that a lot of people don't understand.
It's true.
And a lot of people don't understand this. And like when you have, people from the Midwest. Like Chicago.
Yeah.
You get people from any of these areas. An alligator, when they come to Florida to go to Disney or anything,
that's what they want to see.
Alligators,
no doubt. Yeah.
Alligators are almost more important than anything other than maybe Mickey. I don't know. I mean, seriously, like gators, gators are everything down here. And
it's true.
They're like scary.
We take them for granted.
Yeah.
We have one of the most amazing creatures on the planet in our backyard. We take it for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the possible cure for AIDS and cancer and everything else right there in our backyard.
Yep.
We have an animal that's literally ate the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And we're taking them for granted.
100%.
Yep.
That's lived through it all, man.
100%.
They're survivors.
They're here still for a reason.
Yeah.
They're here for a reason.
And we're scared of them, or we make stupid shows about them, like, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
That, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And,
they get a bad rap because basically people are stupid.
They really don't bother you.
No, they're
I mean,
super afraid of you. They want nothing to do with you.
When
People
you
are just
feed
idiots.
them, when you normalize them, is when you create the problems that you create.
Yeah, I did a post about that on the Ears website this week. People have to keep in mind, if you go out somewhere and you're leaving food out for birds or raccoons or throwing food to fish or the alligators or the turtles, whatever it might be, whatever you're feeding there, you're pretty much signing its death warrant. You are signing the paper for that animal to die.
Yeah.
That animal was put here to figure it out on his own, not to be helped by you. You know, it's nice that you want to have that connection with them and do that extra work and something extra special for them. They don't need it.
Yeah.
They can work it out.
Enjoy the view of them.
Yeah, watch them from a
like
distance.
if you saw one that was hurt or entangled in something,
make a phone call.
You want to get some way to help, and you know what I mean. Like you see these videos where they try to save animals that are beached on the ocean.
Right.
You want to help animals.
People naturally want to have that connection.
But you don't want. Yeah, but you don't want to feed them all the time. Like in those, I guess maybe there's some circumstances where it's okay. Not in.
If you have a private pond somewhere and you have some koi or something, you know what I mean, you're feeding your giant goldfish.
Yeah.
It's one thing, but if you're feeding stuff out in the wild, you're screwing up.
Yeah.
You're screwing up.
Because then you're making that animal go into an area that's going to be dangerous for them because the next human that comes by doesn't not care about them and is going to kill that animal, or they're going to become a nuisance and they're going to get somebody's dog or cat.
Or mistakenly take your hand off, It's
a number of things that could happen.
We refer to them as bums. You know what I mean? They no longer want to work on their own. They want to get a handout.
Yeah.
And animals are brilliant. They will take the easy way.
Raccoons are so bad.
The same way me or you would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If somebody's saying, "Hey, you come over here at so and so place every single day, and we're going to give you $100 and give you a lemon meringue pie."
Yeah, I'm
there you go.
Get it.
I'm going to get the $100 and lemon
I want
lemon
lemon
meringue
supreme
pie
from Village Inn.
They do make some amazing pies.
Their lemon supreme is one of the best pies ever.
I've never had one.
Nobody likes lemon supreme.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you get it there. It's amazing.
I'm going to go get one on the way home.
It's so good. It's really good.
Yeah, you're making me super hungry.
I am too, dude. You ready?
Yeah, Bubba.
I'm glad we got some content out.
This was a good
Charley,
conversation.
I'm sorry you weren't here. Colleen, I'm sorry you weren't here. Chris, I'm sorry you weren't here.
We'll catch you all soon.
This is in your honor.
For sure. We'll catch you yonder.
We tried to let the dog talk, but he's sleeping in the same spot the whole time.
He moved about 1.5 feet, so I think he's okay.
It's Bait, right? Is that his name?
I hate to say that to the little guy. No, I wouldn't wish that on him. He's too warm and fuzzy. He's a cute little fella.
Well, more to come.
Sir.
And thanks for joining me tonight and hanging out. And I think we got some cool stuff going.
Yep, it was a blast, buddy. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you, bud.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that was awesome.